Kundayi was fast. He's the fastest person I knew. Could never catch up to him.
He moves so well.
I think he was just really welcoming.
He did have a wicked sense of humour.
He was very funny.
Definitely gave us a real big laugh.
And he was cheeky. He was so cheeky. I loved his cheekiness, but I'm not so sure how much the teachers did.
Happy.
Always happy.
And caring.
He was really loud. Like if he was in the room, you knew he was there.
Whenever you were around him, you couldn't help but catch his energy, his enthusiasm and his love for life.
Very outgoing.
A natural athlete and just a real honest person.
And I think sometimes he was also very brave.
He was loyal. He was a really loyal friend, and that's something that always stuck.
Kundayi was a student who just had terrific energy, and he was a really kind person, a lot of fun. He was often the loudest guy in the room.
And he just had a whole lot of love.
Playing football, I remember there always used to be a hole through the middle of the field, and he was always the last man, and he would be tackling people twice his size.
He's usually the skinniest guy in the field, but like watching Kundayi run it straight at people, being that small, and guys bigger than me, was a guy that's pretty excited to play. But yeah, Kundayi was just, fearless.
As a teammate, he was completely reliable. You always knew when someone broke through the line that he would be there putting his body on the line time and time again.
He had the craziest goose step, sidestep combination that you've probably ever seen, which often just left his opponents grasping at thin air. And it wasn't just his ability on the field. He was a great teammate, always encouraging his mates. He was dedicated, always at training.
But beyond that, he just loved to play. He was one of those kids who was just so happy to be out there playing, and you just knew he just wanted to do it as much as he could.
So fun and bubbly, and brings so much energy to everything we did, both on the field and off the field. I think the teachers saw that in him and saw great potential in his future.
My specific memories of him are really good memories. It was when we went to Fiji for our school rugby trip, and everything we touched turned to gold that trip. We had some great rugby games, we had some terrific experiences, and Kundayi was centre of that. He was part of everything.
It's always just cracking jokes, smiling, always happy, always easygoing, just good to get along with. It was just someone you always wanted to have there and have fun with.
Bantering away. We had one game where we were all covered in mud. The only thing you could see was all our smiles.
Kundayi and I spent a lot of time together. We were in like our home class group, so we had a lot of classes together, and I think we kind of bounced off each other even out of school as well. We just kind of had a really nice friendship, and you could always trust him with anything if you ever needed a chat.
What I've come to learn over time was that Kundayi was a man full of potential.
And I think would have been involved in the school beyond his final year at the school, in coaching in some sort of capacity. He really liked being here.
Yeah, Kundayi just had this light that he carried with him, and everyone was just attracted to it. A lot of people know you knew Kundayi just because he was always happy, always smiling. Yeah.
He was really good with the girls, I think.
Kept them happy.
Well, he had this great smile. I think that's what drew them in, but then he also liked them as much as they liked him. So.
He walked into the Year 10 formal, dressed in a pretty lavish outfit, and he said to Mrs. Stone, "You see that girl there? Oh yeah, who's that?" He said, "She's about to be my girlfriend."
Watching Kundayi run around the halls or play footy or anything, always had the biggest smile. That smile wouldn't go away.
He was into music, he was into dancing. The amount of times I had a few dance-offs with Kundayi. Yeah, he was a really good dancer. He was always the life of the party.
At Year 10 formal, there's a photo of him floating around, and it's just like him in the middle of the dance floor, and like everybody there was watching it. Like something about him, if he was there, you knew about it.
I think his passing obviously affected the school in a massive way. Had a massive effect on my life in the sense that it was this game that I lived for that could actually took one of my mates from me. It was a massive thing to overcome.
It went from one day seeing him every day with his little scarf running around to just not seeing him at all. So we kind of just had to
help try and pick each other up. And I think if that didn't happen, then probably wouldn't be as close as a year group as we are now.
It was like a weird stillness kind of that kind of both shocked everyone and but at the same time brought everyone together. And I fully credit the teachers and the people that were there and around at the time.
It was devastating. I think I speak for a lot of people in the year group. It was the first time that people experienced such a loss and such an unexpected loss. So, and it was Kundayi. It was someone who would walk into a room and light the room up. Everyone knew him. He was such a loud personality. So I think the absence was extremely heavy.
Kundayi's passing was incredibly devastating and shocking to the entire school community and in particular our year. And I think that for many students, myself included, it may have been our first experience of real loss and grief. I think in many ways it did bring us together and it did bring us closer, and it just reminded us how special life really is.
It brought all of us together, and my train trips home became a bit quiet because Kundayi wasn't around.
The way that Kundayi's friends supported each other to get through those tough times was inspirational.
Us as a year group and a lot of the boys who played with him don't want to forget him, and we don't, especially here at St Andrews, we don't want him to be forgotten because Kundayi was, that big light for us, and so he can continue to share that light within groups after and generations after here at St Andrews.
It's actually kind of cool that the school has kept him alive in a sense.
When we played for Kundayi Day, etc., it'd be like the grand final, bigger than the grand final.
I remember in 2011 when there was the first Kundayi Memorial round, seeing his mates play that day. Like I remember Sam Falimi, he was playing with like a fractured rib or something, and George Hard's ankle was busted. And I think the way they sort of carried themselves on the field, I remember watching and just being like this is a sort of the legacy that he's left behind, and I guess his mates trying to carry that on. And as a younger rugby kid, I really looked up to that, and I guess it made me want to pass that sort of spirit and sort of legacy down.
There's something about St Andrews that's special, and the kids who come here, the students who come here connect with that. And I think Kundayi in many ways represented some of those really terrific things about the school.
What happened will stay with the school forever, and it's really important that all the kids, current kids and future students, remember his name and play for him.
Makes me pretty proud to say that I played with him and I went to St Andrews. And I'm proud as an ex-student that the school is carrying on his legacy. I think that's the best part. That's the best part for sure.
Rest in peace, Kundayi. We all miss you.